Hey everybody, just a couple more things. Just want to show you a couple of other classes that you can use in Bootstrap. I'm going to change my container fluid to a container, and inside my row I'm going to give myself two 6-column divs. And let's get rid of all this background color and height and all that stuff, because we're going to put content in here. In this first div, I'm going to put an image element. I'm going to use an image that I have in my image folder. And in the other div, I'm going to put some text. Let's do, an H4. Okay, and let's load. Alright, so a couple things. Our image is enormous. Most images that you pull from the internet are probably going to be larger than you'd actually like for your website. But Bootstrap has a couple of ways to handle images like this. I can take my image and give it a class of image-fluid, just like container fluid. And that's going to make sure that the image stays just as wide as its container, its containing element. So it's always going to be the width of that 6-column div. Remember, I changed my container fluid to a container, so that's why we're getting a lot of new margin on the side of the page. If I go ahead and change it back, it'll make more sense as 50% and 50%. And the image is going to scale with its container, its parent element. Okay? Now, let's put a line break in that text. Another thing that's good to know is, well, before I move on, the other way to do this image fluid class is one way. The other way is this W-100 class. What that means is a width of 100%, and it does exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. It makes sure that the image maintains 100% of the width of its containing element, its parent. The difference between image fluid and W-100 is image fluid only works on images. W-100, however, works on any element. Alright, so moving on from the image, we've got our text here. Well, let's say I want all my text to be uppercase. I'm going to give my H4 the class of text uppercase. It's all uppercase. And I'm also going to give it the class of text right. And align it to the right. Or I can give it a class of text center. And now it's centered. And let's also just push it down from the top a little bit. Okay, not bad. Let's take my whole row and give it a little padding on top so we're not flush against the top of the screen. Okay, looking a little nicer. What else can I do? Let's change the color of my text with a Bootstrap class. Let's do text danger. Make it red. Bam, it's red. And there are some other fun typography classes. How about display 4? If you don't know what these are, and you should know what these are, go to getbootstrap.com, look in the documentation section, and you can search for these, or you can just read up on some of the features that Bootstrap offers. Here's display 4. Okay, not bad. If I want my image to be more like a thumbnail size, I can make it width 50. But now it's all the way in the top left corner. I don't really like that. So let's get rid of the padding on my text so it moves up. And let's give the column that contain, actually I'll just also take away this text center so nothing will be centered. And now let's reapply that text center on the row, which contains both of these divs. Text center is on the row, and everything will center. because text center is a very inheritable property. Alright, so this is just a little bit more fun with the magic of Bootstrap. Take a look at getbootstrap.com, look at the documentation, read the documentation. There's so much fun stuff Bootstrap can do very easily. Once again, I have no CSS, but we have done actually quite a bit of layout work, despite the fact that this is not a very impressive site. Okay, so do some research. Rule of thumb that I like to tell students is if you want to do something stylistically and you're not sure whether or not there is a Bootstrap class for it, there probably is, so look it up. Alright, hope that was helpful, and see you all soon.